Welcome back. Today's drill is just a simple passing drill with a lot of different variations. These drills are great for starting off before a game, before practice, just to get the feet moving, blood flowing. This works on simple touches, passes, as well as movement on and off the ball. I've got 4 different variations, but there's even more beyond that. But the 4 I'll be covering today is going to be a pass and stay, a pass and follow, a wall pass, and then a pass and move away. Your basic setup is all you're doing is really setting up somewhat of a circle of players. You can do this with, I'd say, probably 5 to 10 at a time. I think it's best to split it up into smaller groups, probably about 6, 7, 8 at the most, just because it creates a lot more movement and less standing around. So our X's here, just the different players we have in a circle. In this case, I'm using 6 as for the example. The first and most basic one is basically just a pass and stay. So all you're going to do is, let's say this player here is going to start with the ball. He's going to pass the ball to any player in the rest of the circle, and he's going to stay put. And this player is going to have the ball. He's going to pass to anyone else in the circle. And then it just continues from there. And this one is just the best one to start off with. It's the most basic. All you're doing is passing, passing, passing. You're staying in your same position. You can vary this by adding in, making it 2 touch to start, then maybe to 1 touch, then maybe your weaker foot. And if you want to go more advanced, you can even add up into volleys and maybe even keeping it up in the air. Now, this is the best one to start off with, like I said, because it's working on just simple touches. Not having to do much thinking, you're just passing and passing. The other key for this is that you should always have the players calling out the name of the person they're passing to. So let's say this is Tim, this is Joe. So when Tim's got the ball, he's going to yell out Joe before passing so that he's aware. Because in a game scenario, you want to be able to pass efficiently and know, okay, I've got the ball right now, I'm passing to Joe, I call out his name, I pass it. That way he's ready to receive the ball. And then as Joe's about to receive the ball, he hears his name, he's looking around, and let's say he sees Brian over here, he's gonna have his head up. Once Tim calls his name, Joe's going to be ready to receive the ball, and he's already looking around, and then as soon as he receives the ball, he takes a touch, he calls out Brian, he passes over to Brian. Okay, calling out the names, like I said, just helps to have each player aware of when the pass is going to be coming to them, when they're receiving, and then making them ready to make the next pass to the next player. This next drill is going to have the same setup, same concept, but instead this time we're going to be doing pass and follow. So let's say again we start with the ball up at the top here. He's going to pass the ball across or to whoever, and then this player is then going to follow the pass and take his position. So he's going to pass the ball across or to anyone else. He's then going to follow the pass and take this position. That will then continue, so then he will pass to the next person, and then he will follow his pass, trade places. And again, that just continues. Same concept, you know, we're taking 1 touch, 2nd touch pass, you can 1 touch it, you can add different variations, weak foot, the same thing. Again, we're using names because we want each player to be aware for when the pass is coming. So when Tim receives the ball, he's going to get ready, he's going to see Joe, he's going to call out Joe's name, he's going to pass the ball, he's then going to follow and take Joe's place. And then again, that just continues. Alright, our next one adds in a little bit different dynamic of movement away from the ball. So again, same setup with our circle of players. Now this time it's called pass and move away. So the idea for this one is, let's say we're going to start with the ball here. He's going to pass again to whoever else is in the circle, and then what he's going to do is he's going to trade places with the person to his right. You can also do it to the left. So then let's say he's then going to switch with this person, and this person will go there. Okay, so this one adds in an element of you're calling out the pass. So here's Tim again. So he calls out Tim, passes the ball, but then the person around him are always being aware, because then they're ready. As soon as he makes that pass, he's going to switch to his right. The guy that's to his right is going to switch and take his spot. So this is keeping a focus on always having your head up, always being aware of the play around you, so that you know that if the person next to you has the ball, that you're going to be ready as soon as he passes the ball to switch. And this continues. Again, he passes up here to Joe. Joe, he calls out Joe's name, receives the ball. Joe receives the ball, gets ready. As soon as Tim calls out Joe's name, he's going to pass the ball. Joe's going to be ready to receive. But as soon as Tim passes the ball, what's he doing? He is trading places with the guy to his right. And again, this continues. Now this is best to start off slow, just so you get the flow of how everything works, and then it speeds up. You can add in the one touch, weak foot, whatever, because it's really about keeping your head up, being always aware of the play around you, being ready to receive a ball, but also being ready to trade places at a moment's notice, and keeping aware of who's next to you and which direction you're going. Now, like I said, you can switch to the right, which I've demonstrated here. You can also have it switching to the left as well, but I would stick with interchanging with the person just next to you. If you feel confident in your players, you can try switching, skipping a player, or switching across, whatever works. But I found that just gets too complicated, and it kind of defeats the purpose of the drill. Now the last one I have is a wall pass. Okay, we've got our same setup. We've got the circle of players here. And now what's going to happen is this first pass is going to be made. And then the player who just passed the ball is then going to move and follow the ball, but check to about halfway. The player who received the ball will pass the ball back, and then he'll make a wall pass to another player in the circle. So let's say then he wall passes to here. Okay, so you pass, follow, and then the return pass and a wall pass. And then that just continues. Once you make that wall pass, you are returning to your same spot. Okay, so the movement is actually quite simple. Looks complicated, but it's simple. So you're going to pass across, or pass to whoever you pass to. You're then going to check to them. They're going to pass it back to you. You're going to make a wall pass to another person in the circle, and then you're going to return to the same spot that you originally started in. So let's show you just another example. So it's easiest when it comes straight across, but you can even make a pass, let's say diagonally. And same thing, you're going to check two, they're going to pass it back, and then you're going to make a wall pass to someone else in the circle and return to your original position. Again, this one, you can add in the weak foot, you can add in the one touch, two touch, but just keep it moving. And once the flow gets together, it becomes much quicker. Following the ball, making quick touches, and again, always having your heads up, always being aware of what's going on around you. So the big takeaways and emphasis of these drills are more for warm-ups, getting touches together. These are great to do as a warm-up series before games, early in practices. And this is also good to do at the end of practice when the kids are tired, the kids are fatigued, to keep on point and emphasize the fact that ball control and ball touch is most important, whether they're fresh or whether they're tired. Add in these different variations. There are a lot of different other ideas you can come up with, adding in volleys, adding in one touch, no look passes, whatever works and whatever you want to work with your team on. But the basic concept is just passing, always keeping your head up, always calling out names before you pass and being ready to make the next pass. The idea is that it's continual the whole time. You pass, you pass, you pass, you pass. It just keeps going continuously, okay? That's why one touch is a great option, especially for the first and second simpler ones, just because it keeps the ball constantly moving and you're always up on your toes, always ready to go. And then you start adding in movement off the ball, and this translates into the dynamics of a game, especially like in your center midfield where it tends to be the most congested. If you're able to pass and move and always be aware of the ball, you're going to be passing around teams, you're going to be connecting with each other, and your passes are going to be clean, they're going to be crisp, they're going to be accurate, and you're going to set up a lot of chances on goal. This is the simple passing drill, 4 different variations. I thank you for listening, and stay tuned for the next one.
Take that step forward to being the best version of yourself. Take action and just run with it.